Hello, and welcome to The Budget Mouse, a podcast that will help you plan an incredible Walt Disney World vacation, even if you're on a shoestring budget. I'm Leah Althizer, and I've been helping people save money at Disney World for the past 10 years through my websites, podcast, and courses. I'm so glad you're here, and let's dive in. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to episode 103. After a hiatus of, maybe 4 years, I am active again on Instagram, and I have been researching what's of most interest to people there. Something that has struck a nerve is advanced Lightning Lane tactics. So I posted a reel that was about why you need a burner ride at Magic Kingdom, and it's got over 1 million views now. So to me, that says people are very interested in this topic of really kind of advanced tactics for getting the most out of the new Lightning Lane system. So I'm going to walk you through how this process works and give you even more tips than I was able to share in that short reel. So what I am talking about is when you purchase Lightning Lane Multi-Pass for a day in the parks, you can make 3 advanced selections before your visit. If you have a Walt Disney World Resort reservation, you can make these advanced selections 7 days in advance of the check-in day at your resort. And you can make it for your entire trip, 1 day at a time, but you can make all of those reservations at 7 days before check-in. If you're not staying at a Disney resort and you have a park ticket, you can 3 days before the first day on your park ticket, make these 3 advanced selections for every day that you have on your park ticket for however many days. So the tactic is this, you're only allowed to pick 1 advanced selection from the top tier, we call them. This is not official Disney lingo. This is just what people call them. 5, at Magic Kingdom, there are 5 top tier attractions. There are different numbers at each park, but this tactic is especially important at Magic Kingdom because there are so many attractions you can use Lightning Lane Multi-Pass for that to get the most out of it, you really want to use this approach. So you can only pick 1 advanced selection from these top tier. They are Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Big Thunder Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, and Jungle Cruise, which is currently closed for refurbishment, but it's going to reopen by the holidays 2024. So when I tested this system out, which was right after it was released, this was my approach. I picked 1 tier 1 attraction. Now, if you want to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it is by far the most popular choice for a tier 1 attraction. And I would suggest picking it just because the wait is rather long for the virtual queue. It's 30 to 40 minutes in most cases. And why do that if you can pick it and then get all of the other top tier attractions using this strategy? So I would say pick Tiana's Bayou Adventure, then either Haunted Mansion or Pirates, because those are the 2 most popular tier 2 attractions. So whichever one is most important to you, to make sure you do. And then the 3rd selection should be a burner ride. So that is any attraction with a 9 a.m. return time or whatever time the park opens. It should ideally be something with a 9 a.m. or 9:05 return time. I suggested either Dumbo or Small World because those are attractions most people want to do and that typically have a very early return time when you're making this initial reservation. But someone asked, does it have to be those attractions? I mean, could it be any ride as your burner ride? And I say, well, as long as it has that very early return time, the strategy will work. It can be any attraction in theory. I just gave those because the odds are likely that those will have that early return time and there's something you probably want to do. The reason for doing this is that once you tap in for your first selection, which can be at 9 a.m. on the dot, and I say 9:05 return time as well, because you can tap in for a Lightning Lane up to 5 minutes before your posted time. So if it says 9:05, it will turn green and let you in at 9, which is, I actually did. I was only able to get a 9:05 return time. So I did that for Small World, tapped in at 9. As soon as you tap in, and it has to be at both stations. So on most attractions now, there are 2 places you have to tap your Magic Band or phone or ticket media. 2 different Mickeys. Once everyone in your party taps in for the second one, you can then make another Lightning Lane selection. It can be any attraction. even another top tier attraction, which is definitely what you should do. So what I would do is select the tier 1 attraction that I want to ride that has the earliest return time and pick that as my next selection. That just increases your odds that you'll be able to get another one as soon as you use that one. So you essentially burned your first Lightning Lane pick in order to get access to the top tier attractions before anyone else. And it's not like you wasted it because you wanted to go on that attraction anyway. There may be a very short standby wait, which you could do, but then you would miss out on these other reduced waits for the top tier attractions. You really want that for later in the day. Hey, it's Leah, and I'm interrupting this episode for a minute to tell you about the Budget Mouse Academy, my signature course that will teach you how to save thousands at Disney World. I created it because I hate that most people are majorly overpaying for their Disney vacation, and I'm on a mission to help them save their hard-earned money. I've distilled my best tips from almost 15 years of doing Disney on a shoestring budget into this course, and now you can get it for only $37 if you head to thebudgetmouse.com/course. That's thebudgetmouse.com/course. Now back to the show. Now, it's also possible to use this concept of a burner ride when you're park hopping. And someone suggested this in the comments on this reel, and I thought it was brilliant. So Animal Kingdom opens an hour before the other parks on most days. If you start your day at Animal Kingdom and get a burner ride that you can tap into at 8 a.m. and all the other parks open at 9, you're obviously going to have earlier access to all of the selections in the other parks, because once you tap in for your first ride, you can pick from any attraction in any park. It doesn't have to be just the park that you're in. So you likely won't be able to get a Lightning Lane pass for Tiana's Bayou Adventure or Slinky Dog Dash, unless you're very, very lucky and someone drops theirs for that day. But you can likely get others, such as Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in Epcot, Frozen Ever After, Toy Story Mania, Rock and Roller Coaster, and another Magic Kingdom Tier 1 attraction if you want. Another thing to point out about starting your day at Animal Kingdom is that Animal Kingdom is the cheapest multi-pass of any park. So the price depends on what park you're starting your day at. You pay for multi-pass at your first park of the day. Today, for example, it was $17 at Animal Kingdom, $19 at Epcot, $24 at Hollywood Studios, and $27 at Magic Kingdom. So you buy it for the park you start at, but then you can park hop and use it at any park. So this tip would be very helpful to locals and annual pass holders who they don't care that they can start their day at Animal Kingdom and spend a couple of hours there, pay for the multi-pass at Animal Kingdom, and then park hop to other parks and grab those Lightning Lane passes for later in the day at the other parks that no one else could get to. I hope this tip is helpful as you contemplate making advanced Lightning Lane selections for an upcoming trip. While we're talking about this topic, I just want to reiterate something I've said in other episodes, which is when you sit down to make your advanced Lightning Lane selections all in one go, it's a good idea to start with Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom first. I would start with Magic Kingdom first and make your advanced selections there, because Tiana's Bayou Adventure is the hardest one to get. Then make your next day be Hollywood Studios. Not in chronological order. Make your next set of advanced Lightning Lane selections be for Hollywood Studios. You don't have to go in chronological order through your trip to make your advanced selection. You don't have to start, on my first day I'm going to go here, so I'll make them first. Start with whichever day you're going to Magic Kingdom, make your reservations there. Then go to whatever day you're going to Hollywood Studios, if you get my drift. And you'll have a much higher chances of getting what you want if you go in that order. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope this was helpful. Hey, if you're still there and you enjoyed this episode, would you consider leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts? It will help more people find the show and spread the word about the Budget Mouse. Thanks again for listening.